Peace, King. How you feeling? Yeah, I could definitely hear you.
Yeah, my bad. I was having difficulty like with the link and all that good stuff, but I got it in mind. What's the word?
Oh, it's all good, man. I appreciate you coming through. It's truly an honor, man. Got a legend in the game in the building.
I appreciate
Man,
it.
thank you for just coming through, man. I appreciate
Nah,
you for
it
sure.
is what it is. What's happening?
Right, right. We're gonna get right into it. Um, for the viewers who may not recognize you or may not know who you are, let them know what your name is, and definitely let them know where you're coming from.
Peace. What's going on, y'all? This is Mike Geronimo, aka the Natural, coming out of Queens, New York. Good to be here.
That's what's up. Big shout out to Queens, man. Y'all done produced some giants, man,
Yeah,
on
yeah,
that
yeah.
microphone.
Absolutely.
Right, right. So I want to ask you, when did you first get exposed to hip hop? By you already being in New York, I mean, was it already out in the community at that time, or did you first hear it on the radio? Like the rest of the world.
I mean, I pretty much, bro, like, with me, it was all around me growing up. I was lucky enough to grow up with Large Professor, who, he went on to be a part of the group Main Source, the main part of the group Main Source. And, he went on to produce, people like Nas and Brand New Heavies, Akinelli, Gangstar, Tribe Called Quest, things like that. So between me just being a New York native and hip hop being at that stage at its time, and also growing up with somebody that was heavily involved with it, it was just all around.
Man, big shout out to Large Professor. That's a king right there,
Yeah,
one of the greatest. Wow, that's a blessing, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't get that. You grow up with somebody like that, to have them, take you
mm,
in and put you in those type of circles with those type of people. You done made some
yeah,
classic records.
yeah,
Most
yeah.
definitely.
So, I mean, I definitely counted amongst, things that you gotta have gratitude for. That you're fortunate for. So to just be in that scenario in life was cool as hell.
Oh yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Now I wanted to ask you, do you remember when you first really started rhyming? Like, was he already producing and DJing, or that kind of came later?
Um, I mean, when I first started rhyming, I would say, yeah, he was around, but he didn't really know, because I wasn't really, I started actually as a DJ. So, I had 1200 Technique 1200s, and I was, going to the record store every other day and getting whatever singles was lit at the time. And so that's how I got my start in it, you know. And then from there, just by chance and being around, people that was spitting a lot of bars, it just rubbed off. And in my spare time, I would just practice it, and people around me would be like, "Yo, if you take it seriously, you got something." So I eventually segued into writing rhymes and getting comfortable with it and freestyling and stuff like that. And then when I got to the point of where I was ready to let people hear me spit, he was right there.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. Let me see my
Mhm.
next question. Now, did you get a chance to be hands on with it, like as far as some of the sessions? Like, was you there for Breaking Atoms and Illmatic and stuff like that? Did
Oh
you get to?
yeah, yeah. Like we actually had it better than that, because I would just go to his crib, and if you went to Large crib, you could hear. Like, I remember hearing most of the Illmatic album before it dropped. Like, and him and Nas being at his house playing it while we're there. So we was lucky enough to hear it. Ain't hard to tell before the world heard it. We heard halftime, the world is yours, the remixes, like all of that stuff, the things Pete Rock did. So to hear that before the world even got wind of it was crazy. It was another blessing.
Yeah, definitely, man. Because
Yeah.
to a lot of people, that's the epitome of hip hop. That's the greatest album. You know what I'm saying? And it just like I say,
Hmm.
just to be even affiliated with it or be a part of it, I'm sure that
Hmm.
influenced you. Now you came with the shit's real. That was following that.
Yeah, like I would relatively in the same time frame. like give or take a couple of months or maybe at the most a year, but relatively in that same time frame.
Okay, okay. Now, what was that process like? Like, you know what I'm saying? When you up to bat now, you know what I'm saying? Was it a difficult transition, or you was already you just was ready to go?
Nah, I don't think. I think at times maybe the if you could even call it difficult, I think it was maybe adjusting to structuring things like in terms of a song, like learning the mechanics of writing a song as opposed to, just off the top of your brain, just shooting balls off or whatever, or just having like rhymes you just had ready for, somebody spit, so you went out doing. So I think I wouldn't call it difficult. It was just learning the mechanics of doing that. But all in all, it was, I was having fun, and I was just doing it because that opportunity was in front of me, and it was like, everything around me was telling me it's worth me trying to give it my all. So we just went in, me and Gotti, and did it, and that was it.
Right, right. I said difficult. I should have said another word like pressure. I mean, because those were some
Oh
classic
yeah, I
albums.
mean,
I
but
mean, you up to
yeah,
bat, you feel
yeah,
me?
yeah,
Yeah.
and like it's like anything else. But I think even in the sense of pressure, initially, I wouldn't say that I had much of that because initially, like I said, I was just everything was happening so fast, and it was just there, you know, for me to do. It was an opportunity in front of me to work with Irv, and he saw something in me, and you know, so I wasn't so much thinking of what I guess somebody who knew more about the industry or who was doing, their second or third album might have thought about it. I was just like, yo, let's go do it,